She's a creative, forced and out of her field.
Oh my God.
Into this job,
mundane,
minimum wage, where she feels pushed to her limit, pushed out of her comfort zone. And just when she feels like she can't take anymore, someone comes for her. Someone dark, sinister, angry, comes for her. And takes every last bit of soul and hope that she has left. Just like most call centers do. Hello. You guys know that we've been at this writer's retreat day. I don't even know what day we're on. We decided to do a writer's retreat because Rell is pushing me to the limit. Take it to the limit. And not just challenging me to get a short film done that I wrote a couple of years ago, but also challenging me to make all sorts of creative content. So now he's challenging me to do a series. We're going to try to turn each episode around in 7 days, but today we're brainstorming. You know, we love a good brainstorm session where we're getting in there, trying to figure out what the series is going to be about, who's going to be featured in the series, who's going to be acting in it, and we're doing this while we're at our writer's retreat, so it's just the two of us. So we've got to be super creative. We're also going to talk about the characters, possibly.
Yeah.
But also really breaking down who the main character, who our central character is, and really breaking down what we want the series to look like itself, what we want it to be about, or what would the premise to be, so to speak. And then, yeah, I think that's it.
So first off is what? A weekly series that we want to do. Are we doing a set number of episodes?
I think, should we, because that's what's so weird about it, though. Because I feel like we don't want to do traditional TV, like 8 to 10, 8 to 13.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we don't want to be held to standards. Industry standards.
Well, you make up your own thing. That's the impression. Well, that's why I remember I said,
let's do 12 because 12 is my favorite number.
Do you want to just do one long thing that gets broken up? Not one. We don't have to shoot it in one long thing, but like one continuous storyline where it feels like it's to be continued.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay, so like, because that's what I see most. I hate to say it, most YouTubers, they do a to be continued. So it doesn't feel like almost like episodic, but it feels like one long episode, one long movie, or one long thing that's broken up into like several pieces. So what is the idea of this series? Like, what is the, like sometimes like when I think about a premise, right? Like when you think about Shakespearean, like, so with Romeo and Juliet, it's like, what is it like, something about tragedy, right? I forgot what it is. Like, is there a premise that you want to approach with this one? Some type of theme or some type of, rather than just being, or is it just purely a mystery? Like we're looking through the world through the central character's eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think about it so much as like a cautionary tale. Maybe it's a cautionary tale for working at a call center.
Yeah, that's what like Romeo and Juliet is, right?
That's a tragedy.
Yeah, it's a cautionary tale. Yeah. Depends on how you envision this thing ending. Does the crime get solved at the end, or whatever? I don't even know if it's a crime yet, right? Like we don't know if it's a crime. What is she solving a crime, or is she unraveling a mystery that we don't know is a crime?
Yeah, I think she's unraveling a mystery.
Okay.
Of the missing hours.
You said what?
The missing hours in her check.
Okay. So people know what we're doing is we're just brainstorming our initial concept of a mystery that Shayla and I want to produce, direct, edit, and she's going to act in. She's like Tyler Perry, y'all. But
oh my gosh.
And we're just going through brainstorming some ideas of like what the concept is, what the framework is, like if it's going to be a episodic, if it's just going to be shot like with one idea of one continuous idea one night or whatever it is. So we're just kind of going through that. But anyway, so we're unraveling the mystery. What else details can we to give it context? So
I think making it feel like she's very isolated can kind of help add to that, and thinking about using practical effects too. Like that'll be a good part of the scripting process. So keeping the central character feeling isolated. You know who kind of did a decent job at it? It wasn't like great, but they didn't. It was still an okay movie because I was such a fan of hers that I went to go see it. Sandra Bullock in The Net.
I remember that movie too.
Yeah,
I'll
she was
check it
supposed
out.
to be pretty isolated in that, and so she was really good on everything on the computer, but she was like basically like kind of stalked or something like that.
Okay. All right, I'll take a look at that. I'll watch it before the end of this weekend. Okay, let's talk about. Is there anything else you wanted to include in this, just to give it just the context? Yeah, like basically we're
Like,
discussing
where
the
you could
context.
be is like you won't act in it, but then we could have you being like the voice of the people that call in.
Yeah.
I can do that too, but
Yeah, I'll do like different voices. I can do if
we thought about using the AI voice changer too, right?
yeah. Look at voice changers.
We're not above using AI on here.
Well, when you're the thing is when you're trying to figure out how to be a one man show and how to like create a project with very limited resources, you have to be creative and use all tools available. Now, when you have access to resources that you can hire actors, I still think that you should respect the creative art, but not everybody has resources. Hopefully, what people can gain from watching us put this together is seeing how you can put together a project with no resources and just a little creative and ingenuity. You know what I mean? Like so.
Because we've used a lot of our resources in the past.
And yeah, like, can you put together something great from storytelling with little resources versus spending a bunch of money and then
still don't have a project.
Or if you think about some Marvel films, right? Like some Marvel films that are $100 million that people are making fun of, but can you go direct to consumer and make a project?
That's a good point.
Right? Like that you can get, let's say what Mr. Beast does, right? He get 100 million views off of his projects, you know what I mean? Versus, let's say, a Marvel film that nobody wants to watch. So it's just an interesting what is going on now. So we want to explore that, but with the limited resource and limited budget we have to use what we got. If it gets to a point where in your story, I don't know if we're going this far, where is someone lurking. Of course, I could be like almost like a Ghostface, right? Like what Ghostface is always lurking, and you know what I mean? Like you get the shadowy figure. Yeah, you remember I told you the story about Ghostface, right?
Yeah, honey.
Funny story. Hey, you want to hear it? Here you go. So when I was a kid, I was like 13 years old, and I watched Scream, but I didn't see the ending. So because I didn't see the ending, I didn't know that Ghostface was a regular dude and it was actually two of them. So he was just appearing everywhere. It seemed like he had supernatural strength. So I was so like terrified, like at 12, 13 years old when I watched it. But then when I got older, I realized, oh, it was just these two knucklehead ass motherfuckers that you can beat up. Man, this ain't scary at all. So that is my
So it wasn't
story.
scary at all?
No, it wasn't scary because when I found out it was just regular dudes, I was like, oh, this ain't nothing.
It was still scary to me because, one, I kind of grew up in a town like that.
Oh,
I just
okay.
feel like any moment somebody could flip out and decide to be that person.
I feel like because when I saw it, when I got a little older, I was bigger than the two guys. That was it. Like I kind of got like I was a kind of a big teenager. So by the time I saw it when I was like 15, I think I saw it again, and I was like bigger than them. I was like, yeah, I would have whipped their ass. But anyway, Scream story.
Yeah, I do think utilizing like the lurking figure. I think what it could be, and I don't want to give it away because I want people to figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be.
But we could play with what you and I kind of discovered about the payment discrepancies as being something she falls upon.
Okay, they sent a hitman after you. You may want to test it out before we commit, but let's say, how long do you want to like turn these around realistically, given like working this, that, right? You know what I mean? They're going to be relatively short, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to say like, let's try to see if we can get one done every week.
So that means script, shot, edited in a week.
2.
2 weeks? One episode every 2 weeks we're going to put together?
Yeah. I'd like to say a week.
Then make it a week.
Okay, a week.
7 days. We got 7 days. We're going to start from script to edit to post. You heard it here first. And if we fail, it's on us.
Y'all can call us out on it. Y'all can call us out on it if we fail. Say,
y'all
first
suck.
one is better than my last one.
Oh my
this
God.
one is a classic. You don't have one. Oh, I didn't rap it too well. I work on my flow.
Okay. Anything else to give any other context to this?
No.
All right. Following one character. Oh, actually, because I think the context will also come with the description of the characters. I mean, I would like to talk about the ending, not how it's going to end, not what's in the ending, but how it's going to end.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, you can't hear this. So, how do you want this to end?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens, God.
All right, so you want to talk about the character a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, so do you have a name or anything like that? So, okay, so we're going to do a quick, I guess a little character breakdown. So give some qualities and descriptions and attributes to the main character of this web series. And Shayla, can you explain a little bit more why we do character breakdowns?
It really gives us an opportunity to get to know like who the character is. Basically, as an audience, you'll kind of have an idea of like what they're going to do next, what they're going to say next, how they're going to react in certain situations based off of the breakdown. Well, at least it's actually more so internal. So it's more so internal for the writer, the director, other members of the crew, and of course, the person who's playing that character.
Yeah. I mean, I also think, it plays also external because even though not so much, well, yeah, I guess in this role too, what your character enjoys doing. So if your character, so let's say if you're trying to, like when we're mapping out our scenes, we're going to do things that align with the character's personality. So like if I was a character, I don't cook, right? Like if you wrote a character that does not cook, does not enjoy cooking, so you would
prepare food.
You wouldn't have a scene with them preparing food. It wouldn't make no sense because they never cook. So just that also plays a part. So it's internal and external. So Shayla's 100% right with that, and like how they engage and interact with their environment and the people around them, and also with actors. I know a lot of them like to know what their character is thinking in the moment, how they would react in the moment, even if it's not necessarily always reflected in the dialogue, it could be reflected in their actions and mannerisms. So that is a useful tip for using character breakdowns. All right, so who's our main character?
I want the name to be good. Let me look at my name. I keep a name archive of names I want to use.
Yeah, it's interesting because you do like when you give it a name, it gives it a real, it makes it a real person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the name should fit the personality, right? Like if you say a name like John, you would assume a lot of people like name John. No offense to John's, is kind of a typical person, typical name. So you would probably more or less write a boring person by the name of John, right? Like so. You want this person to be more of a creative person with a unique abstract name?
Yeah, because you know what? She's a creative, forced and out of her field.
Oh my God.
Into this job.
Mundane.
Minimum wage. Where she feels pushed to her limit. Pushed out of her comfort zone. And just when she feels like she can't take any more, someone comes for her. Someone dark, sinister, angry comes for her. And takes every last bit of soul and hope that she has left. Just like most call centers do. So Ezri?
Ezri? I don't know how to spell it.
Ezrie.
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 Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Ezra.
No, it's like Kyrie with an EZ in front of it.
Oh. It's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Kyrie with an easy. So let's talk about Ezri.
Okay. Occupation. Call center operator.
Okay.
Age. Let's make her 30s. Like, I want to say 35.
Okay.
I actually want to say like 33, but
just haggling over 2 years is...
It's not that, because I'm wondering if I should make her even younger, but that wouldn't be believable. if I'm playing the character.
Oh my God. People will believe you're in your 20s. It's about framing. If you frame yourself to be in your 20s, people will believe you're in your 20s. If you tell people you're in your 30s, they'll believe in your 30s.
Let's do, you know what? Let's do, because I want to add some layers to it. Like, she's getting ready to turn 30, and she can't believe she's doing this job. Like, so let's do 29.
29. So having like a young midlife crisis.
I was going to go as far as 25 to have a quarter life crisis, but I thought, nah.
No? Okay. That's fine. 30's fine.
I'll push the line with it.
Oh my God. Please, no more.
Most dudes don't like the West Coast. That's fine with it. I'll push the line with it.
Yeah, it's nonstop. It's never ending.
Never ending Kendrick references. Boss. Marital status. Single.
Okay. She's a loner, so yeah, that makes sense.
She's risen. She's risen on folks, though.
What? I don't even know what that means. She has Riz?
Is it has risen or risen on?
I don't know. That sounds like Jesus. Because when you said she has risen, I was like, she just
risen. R-I-Z-Z-I-N apostrophe.
I don't know. I'm
Fact
too
check.
old for that. You just saying random words now. You're just gonna say lit. Just keep saying random words. She has Riz.
She has Riz.
Who's she risen?
I don't know. The stalker.
Yeah, I understand you over here trying to kill me and all, but you know what you doing tonight?
Hey, you gotta straighten up your things. Why are your things sitting back?
What thing?
Your strings, your drawstrings.
Oh my God.
You vibe check.
Oh Lord, I don't even know where the strings are.
And the other one's behind you too.
Yeah, I want to be like Superman. It's like my cape.
Okay. Hobbies.
That's it? That's all the information? Is she black? Is she...
Oh, I didn't do that. Okay, hobbies. Let me put race, ethnicity. Well, clearly. Unless I can change to something else
black,
overnight.
She's short.
Wow.
She's
Black.
angry.
Okay, now we're getting a little out of pocket, right, ladies?
She's 4'11".
That's not. I'm 5'1".
Yes, I wrote 5'1".
So she's 5'1", which I still feel a little robbed. I think I was like 5'2" for a little bit.
Oh,
and I don't know when that other inch went away. But.
You're moving in. That's what a lot of fellas said.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Buzzing.
Hobbies: writing, reading, and arithmetic. You know what else I want? I want friends to be able to call into the line and be like, "Girl, you know how many times I had to call to get you?"
Yeah, I was hoping you can get that. See, that's where it's gonna get tough to do like every week, because then we're gonna have to kind of get people to do it. But yeah, if we can, definitely, I would love to get like some friends to be part of the series. Hey, if anybody want to be part of the series that knows us, holla at us. It's free. We're not paying you $1.
So come and get your Riz on.
Oh my God! Please stop.
was that one? What?
That is not what that word means. Why don't you Google what it is?
I looked it up the other day.
So how are we here with it? Riz is like game. Like what we used to say. You got game.
She's gonna have Riz.
Yo, you. Okay. Yes. All right. More hobbies.
Vibe check.
Okay. Stop.
I had writing, reading, trying to become the next Shonda Rhimes.
Okay, that's her goals, right?
Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of another like black writer exact. Maybe
Black woman?
Quinta. Trying to become the next
Quinta is another one. Yeah.
Let's say the next Quinta Brunson.
So we got the kind of the context. We got some character breakdown.
This is really going to be something challenging for me, everybody, because I haven't done really a mystery. I tried.
Well, it's going to be really challenging.
It's going to be very challenging.
Because you're literally, there's hardly any characters. So you got to write it in a way, because...
Well, I'm pretty good with entertaining myself being a one-woman show. So that part won't be hard. The fact is, do I entertain anybody else being my one-woman show?
Well, this is something, I guess. She's working on a call center, so how is this being filmed? like, is this, like, is she gonna be, are you or she is, I better start. Esri gonna be Zoom? Is it all Zoom, like missing screen life mystery thriller film? So that's what that type of shooting is called.
I think we could play with it, huh? But I don't want to stay in that.
You don't want to stay, so you want that just to be an element.
Yeah.
So, do you want this with third person? I think that was what the typical shooting would be, right? Third person.
Yeah, let's do that.
And if it was
this would be cool. We could make it seem like she's taking herself on this journey of like self-discovery.
So like a vlog.
Yeah, vlog.
Okay. I know. Sorry, so, not so famous. Not so cool vlog.
First of all.
So that still would be third person though. Kind of, and sometimes first person. Depends on how you hold the camera, right? Like you would set it up like how we're filming here, but then let's say you pick up the camera to investigate. Like you're almost bringing the audience along with you.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, so so that gives us some options to play around with. I mean, it's interesting that they went with the screen life shooting. You know, like that is really interesting that they went the whole film like that instead of it just being a one element. Like almost like they went out their way to challenge themselves, but it did give a different layer of, I guess, panic, because you can kind of like, that's what, like, you remember Blair Witch? You never saw Blair Witch Project. So at the end, the camera falls and then you see like the figure in the back or whatever the case may be. And it was kind of cool because you just didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know what was there. And it was just like, and yeah, it's like they have moments where because the camera can't follow the subject, that you don't know what's really actually happening. So it's interesting that it does give a little different heightened anxiety. Yeah, I mean, the reason why that works well is because that can justify why having live on you too. Because one of the issues is, you know, when you think about it, it's like, you know, when you're shooting a film, no one has a live on them, right? Like they use boom mics. So having a live on you, we would have to create a story which justifies that. So, or justifies the type of audio if it is using them.
Right.
Mic, you know what I mean?
It does. So it kind of helps to put that element in there by using it as a part of the storytelling.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about for this project right now?
I think I know how I'm going to start it.
All right, guys. So thank you for watching this overview of our upcoming mystery that Shayla's going to she's going to act, direct, produce.
TPSing up in this.
She's going to do everything except for edit because she refused to learn.
No, I know how to edit.
Oh, then she's going to edit.
No.
You heard it here first.
No. To a certain extent, I know how to. You know what I mean.
Anyway, thanks for checking us out. You know, if you have any questions or anything, please just leave a comment and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible, but we will get back to you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here. We wish you the best. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.